Students, here we are into the next phase of our video for today. And I'm going to dive right into objective 7.2, which is to identify the characteristics that distinguish service operations from goods production. The important thing here to remember is that we always try to create value from service and our operations. And we create value by adding customer utility. And we've talked about that in previous classes. How much satisfaction does someone get by consuming an additional unit of a product? And that's the utility of a product. So when we look at human wants or needs, and then we add customer value in terms of form, time, and place, then we could truly identify the meaning of utility in which we transform, and when we're talking about tangible products, we transform raw materials into finished goods. Time utility is created when marketers make products available when consumers want them. And place utility is created when products are made available where they are convenient to consumers. Now, when we talk about operations production management and operation production managers, and you can follow along with your slides on this as well, but they are essentially two different things. Operations production management is the systematic direction and control of the processes that transform resources into finished services and goods, then create value for and provide benefits to customers. Okay, so what we need to understand here is that when we talk about operations managers, they are responsible for ensuring that operations activities create value and provide benefits to the customers. So now let's talk about the differences between service and goods manufacturing. Both service and manufacturing operations transform raw materials into finished products. In service operations, finished products are not things, but are people with needs that are met and possessions that are serviced. So let's talk about the four aspects of service operations that can actually make such operations more complicated than simple goods production. Number one is interacting with customers. Manufacturing operations focus on physical goods, whereas service operations are a combination of goods and services. Services can be intangible and unstorable. Intangibility refers to the untouchable value consumers receive in the form of pleasure, gratification, or a feeling of safety. That would be you go into a store, they treat you well, and you go there and you continue to go there because of the service that you get. Unstorability refers to the idea that if a service isn't used when available, it's usually wasted. The next thing is customers' presence in the operations process. Service operations often acknowledge the customer as part of the service transaction itself. Since service operations transform customers of their possessions, service itself is something that you really can't measure, only see the accountability of that service when people get utility and keep coming back to you as a customer. Intangible counts for service quality. Customers use different measures to judge services and goods because services include intangibles, not just physical objects. Okay? Quality of work and quality of service are not necessarily the same thing. Now, let's talk a little bit about operations processes. An operations process is a set of methods and technologies used in the production of goods and services. So we have goods production processes, they make to order versus make to stock processes. A make to order operation makes one of a kind products. Those are your custom made products, and they're usually more expensive than the made to stock operations because they are standardized. Service production processes are to the extent of customer contact, and they usually come in high contact systems, such as, say, a metro, bus or train services. The customers must be a part of that service, and of course, there's limitations on that now with the coronavirus epidemic. Managers must therefore be concerned with issues of cleanliness, punctuality, and usability of ticket kiosks. In low contact systems, such as a mailing sorting office, customers do not have to be present while the service transaction is being performed. So, what you want to be sure of here to take away is that utility refers to the ability of a product to satisfy a want or a need in terms of three things: form, time, and place. Production adds customer value by providing utility. Also, goods are produced, services are performed. Remember that. The next thing is operation processes are methods and technology used to produce a good or service. Operation processes, also low contact systems and high contact systems. Low contact systems, the service buyer doesn't have to be present during the transaction. In a high contact system like your metro, your bus services, your takeout orders, customers are part of the system. So next time we get on, I am going to get into learning objective 7.3. That is the end of this particular video session.